Capricorn, and welcome to your May 2018 love reading with Divine Love Tarot. I want to welcome you to my channel, whether it's your first time here or your return viewer or subscriber. I hope the messages of this video resonate with you. And if they don't, be sure to check out your rising sign, your moon sign, and possibly even your Venus, because sometimes those planets are more prominent in your chart. All right. And then sometimes it just helps to fill in the blanks, because since these are general readings for, a mass amount of people, not every message here is for you, so the more of your signs that you watch is the more messages for you that you may receive. Okay, guys? All right. So Capricorn, let's go ahead and get into this reading. You've got this looks interesting. You've got an interesting spread going on here, okay? And I'm interested because my rising sign is Capricorn, and I always tend to find that between my like if my sun sign is off, but my sun sign usually is on, but if my sun sign is off, my rising sign always hits. So let's go ahead and get into it. The first card represents your current energy, and we've got the Emperor. All right. So for some of my Capricorns, this is you. Okay. This is you stabilizing your relationship, stabilizing yourself. You're finding a balance. Not quite a balance, because the Emperor tends to favor logic over his heart. And maybe right now that's where you're at, Capricorn. Okay. You're saying, look, no matter what my heart feels, I'm going to go with logic, okay? For others of you, you may be dealing with someone who's an Emperor. Some of you guys may be dealing with someone who's an Aries, and maybe this person is controlling. Okay, let me take that back. Some of you may be dealing with an Aries, boom, period. Point blank. Others of you, though, are dealing with an Emperor type, and when I say that, they are very controlling, very dominant. Okay, they're the boss. They want to be in control of how the relationship goes. They want to tell you what to do. They want to tell you how to dress. Everything about you is like basically a reflection of them. So they need to control everything, because God forbid you make them look bad in any way, right? But like I said, they go with logic over their heart, okay? The Emperor likes someone who's submissive. The Emperor, especially if you're a male, they like very feminine partners, okay? For some of you, possibly dealing with someone who's older, someone who is helpful, okay? Someone who provides stability to you. And, maybe the attraction isn't intense there, but this is someone that can grow on you. And there was something else I wanted to say. If this is the energy that's going on now. So this may be your focus. Even if things are not stable right now, your focus is to kind of stabilize things. And maybe that's why you're leaning more towards logic, because maybe following your heart has gotten you into a jam. Okay, guys? So let's go ahead and move on to what your challenges are, what's crossing the Emperor energy. And we've got the Knight of Pentacles, okay? So we've got a knight where the Knight of Pentacles is very picky. He's very careful about who he gets into a relationship with, okay? He's not one of those romantic knights. He's not the Knight of Cups that's into romance. Not to say he's not romantic. And he's not the Knight of Wands who, is going to kind of sweep you off your feet and then throw you over his shoulder when he's done with you, right? So the Knight is reliable. The Knight is steady. Provides stability also. They're dedicated, okay? Now, this could indicate that maybe you have two different people that you're choosing from or dealing with. Knight can also be represented by Aries/Taurus, okay? Mostly Taurus or an earth sign, but also Aries. And so for some of you, that's just a double wowie that you're dealing with someone who's an Aries. But other than that, it just indicates that you may have two people that you have to choose from, okay? One who's very bossy, right? And one who it's like their way or the highway. And then you may have somebody else that, yeah, they're here, they're in your space, but the commitment just may not be there, okay? Another indicator for this card is that you may be going through some boredom. Okay, you may have gotten to a point where this relationship is routine or you're tired of the routine. If you are not the emperor controlling you, all right, the Knight of Pentacles represents duty and responsibility also and routine. So basically, you've gotten to a point where you're like, okay, listen, Emperor, I've kind of had enough. All right. Or your challenge is that this is how you're feeling, but this is what you're dealing with. All right. So you're feeling like, you know what, I'm tired, I'm bored, but you know, who are you with? You're with somebody who's like, look, this is how it is. They set the routine. Okay. They set the pace. So what are you going to do, Capricorn? All right. Coming from your past energy, we've got the Nine of Pentacles. And I tend to think of a Capricorn when I think of Nine of Pentacles because this person has everything they need. This person is wealthy. Look at her. She's got jewels. She's got, you know, everything that she would want, except she's single. Okay. And she's not upset about being single either. The Knight of Pentacles can represent independence. Okay. Someone who is okay because they're comfortable with themselves. They know that love comes from within. So this card is about loving yourself first. Okay, Capricorn? So this may be just you thinking back to a time where this was what you represented. Another thing that the Nine of Pentacles can represent is someone who you felt secure and comfortable with. Okay, so maybe it's somebody from your past, but it can also maybe, you know, in the beginning of this, you were comfortable with the Emperor because they provided security, they provided stability. But now the whole control factor might just be a little bit too much. And Capricorn, you are not a sign that's really signing up to be controlled. So maybe this is the person, maybe you are the Emperor, you're the one who's kind of in control of things, and initially this person that you met, you know, who was single, or maybe who was you were very comfortable with, things are kind of changing because it has gotten to a point where it's routine. Because sometimes, even though we like control, we do also tend to like a challenge. And if that person isn't challenging you, if they're just letting you go off the rails, then obviously that will lead to some sort of boredom. Okay, and it also leads to imbalance with the Six of Pentacles in the reverse in your future position. This indicates that one person totally has all the power in the situation. All right, Capricorn, so someone has all the power. The Six of Pentacles can also indicate a lack of generosity, a lack of understanding. Okay, and just like I said, one person feels that they're just not getting anything out of this situation because the other person has so much power that everything is in their hands. Okay, so this person is essentially feeling manipulated and helpless. Okay, moving on to what you want now, Capricorn. Here is where it gets interesting. We've got the Devil in reverse. So Capricorn, you want to let go of the codependency. All right, you yourself. So whether you are the Emperor or whether you are dealing with the Emperor, you are tired of if there's any toxicity going on, if it's a toxic relationship, you want to come out of that. If there's a codependent situation going on, you want to get out of that also. If you guys came together for materialistic purposes, you were realizing that, you know, this is not satisfactory to you. So the Devil in reverse is about lessening the bond, right? Lessening whatever it is, whether it's a sexual attraction that brought you guys together, you want to lessen it. You want to not have to be reliant on this person for anything anymore. And I'm going to pull another card because when like I said, I say all the time, and it's what you want position. I always like to get a clearer definition of it, of what exactly it is that you want. I mean, this is a reading. It's a general reading. You obviously know what you want, right? But sometimes we don't always know what we want, and I don't like certain cards in this position. Okay, so here we have the Hermit. Okay, so for some of you, whew, Capricorn, this is a lot going on. All right, so some of you may want someone who's a Virgo. Okay, some of you want someone who's a Virgo, or you're in a relationship with someone who's a Virgo, but you want to lessen the codependency that you have to this particular person. Okay? For others of you, you want somebody from the past. Okay? You want somebody from the past. You're realizing that maybe, this person from the past, or you had maybe you had a codependent situation with someone in the past that you feel like you can have them again without that codependency. And I don't know, I feel like that may be a little bit dangerous. um, but with the hermit, maybe you just want some space, okay? And that makes a lot more sense to me. Where, yeah, if you want to lessen codependency, then of course you're going to need to put some space and time in between you and this person. All right, so that you can get back to yourself. So it's kind of leading me to think that, Capricorn, you're the one who is not the emperor. You are not the emperor in this situation. And you feel like you need to put some space because this person is just so controlling that, yeah, where initially it made you feel secure, now it's making you feel tired. You're just tired of it because, to be honest, you're a grown up. Do you need to be controlled? Do you need somebody who's just so bossy that everything has to be their way? Not to say that you don't love this person, not to say that you can't be with this person, but I'm just looking at to where things are going in the future. I'm looking to your internal factor, right? And internally, you are the Three of Wands in reverse, okay? So the Three of Wands in reverse is frustration. You're frustrated. You're running out of patience with this situation, okay? You feel like you're waiting for something that isn't going to come, or you are waiting for something. So you're waiting for this emperor to lessen up, and that's never going to happen. The emperor is the emperor, okay? That's just who they are. They're in charge. They're the boss. They're not going to change. That's their personality type. This can also indicate because you're not seeing the bigger picture. All right, you're not seeing the bigger picture. You're not seeing things for what they are. You're not seeing the fact that this person is controlling everything. And sometimes that's what the devil in reverse means. It means that even though you want out of something, you're not even aware of how deep into something you are. Okay? Sometimes with the devil in reverse, it's telling us the devil in reverse is like the chains. I'm trying to think of one particular definition I've seen where somebody says it's almost like the chains are choking you now, okay? The what once was a bond, what once was an attraction is now seeming to go out of control, and you're feeling like you're losing yourself, okay? And it's not even something that you realize. Like, it's not like you realize, oh, I'm codependent on this person. All you know is that you're feeling something that doesn't feel right and you want to escape it. And that's why you probably want some space, okay? Because you're starting to feel really constricted within this situation. You're also probably feeling bored, right? Don't know if you can continue to live up to what your responsibilities is within this bond, okay? The Three of Wands is doubt, can be represented by doubt, anxiety. So you're a little bit stressed out by the situation, Capricorn. Okay, and rightly so. And your advice for this reading is the Five of Wands, okay? So the Five of Wands is about change. Um, well, first and foremost, if there's chaos going on, right? The Five of Wands represents conflict, right? And there could be multiple people involved in the situation. And if that's the case and things are chaotic, then this is advice basically to take a step back, okay? Don't add to the chaos. Take a step back. Take a breather if you need to. Take that space that you need to so that you can have that time you need to think about how you want to move forward. But it's also about change. Change things up. Do something different. If you feel like the spark is missing, if you are bored, then you do something to make things spicier. Stop waiting for this control freak here, this person who's so bossy that all they're concerned about is how things go. But if they're naturally not bringing that spice that you need to the relationship, then you bring that spice. Don't wait on the change to come. You be the change. Okay, you want to see something different? Then do something different. Okay, and if there is competition, say there is competition. Okay, say you are dating someone who there's other people vying for their attention. Maybe your challenge is that someone who is the Knight of Pentacles is now vying for your lover's attention. Step your game up. Okay? Don't be put off by the competition. You also have something to offer, and show what you have to offer and stand your ground. If you feel like this is what you want, if you feel like this person is for you, then you stand your ground. All right? Because moving on to the external factor, we've got the Wheel of Fortune. Okay? So this is something that's out of your control. It's influencing you, but it's out of your control. It's in your environment. And the Wheel of Fortune, it feels like it feels like their luck is changing with you. So I feel like this Emperor is sensing this, okay? They're sensing that they're losing their footing with you. Okay. And the Wheel of Fortune, upright or in reverse, is about not only just luck, but it is about change also. So here it's almost like things are changing, and this person feels that the change is coming. All right. And I don't know how they feel about that. I'll pull another card to clarify that position. Um, you know what? I'm going to wait till the extended. But with the Wheel of Fortune, it's about change, good or bad, okay? But this also represents there's a lesson to learn here. All right? There's a lesson when things are happening outside of your control. This person is also resistant to change, okay? Or maybe, yeah, definitely resistant to change. So I think that maybe you've been vocal about how you feel, so it's not a total surprise to this person how you feel about this situation, okay? And they see it coming, they see the changes coming, or they recognize the changes are coming. And maybe they're offering a little bit of resistance towards you because they're not necessarily ready for any change. But once again, you've got to stand your ground, Capricorn, all right? Because there's no point if you're getting bored. Okay, there's no point if you're not going to continue to uphold your end of this bargain. If you signed the contract with this person and you're trying to get out of this contract now, you're going to have to speak up. All right, guys? Or if you want to negotiate, if you want to change, and I have a friend that says that all the time, that when you enter into a relationship, everything that you accept in the beginning is part of the contract of that relationship. So 5 years later, when you realize that you're tired of how things are going, that's what you signed up for. All right? So there's going to be some resistance, but don't back down, okay? Don't back down, because if this is important to you, if this is a significant relationship, especially if this is someone who's basically good to you other than the fact that they are very controlling, then don't back down, all right? Because you're fighting for the balance in your relationship. You're fighting for your relationship, and you deserve to have that balance. You deserve to have your voice heard if you feel like that's been taken away. All right. Moving on to your hopes or your fears, Capricorn, we have the Nine of Cups. So you want emotional satisfaction. Okay. You want to be content. You want to be happy. You want emotional fulfillment. Okay. For some of you, this is like wishing and hoping for the perfect partner. All right. But then the Nine of Cups can sometimes also indicate be careful what you wished for. So if you're one of those people who tend to think or pray or hope for something, you have to be very clear, because I bet you some of you hope for this this emperor. Okay, some of you probably prayed for this emperor, wanted this emperor, nothing but think about this emperor, and now that they're here, you're like, oh, it's like you bit off more than you can chew with this person, and now you're trying to figure out how to deal with the situation. Okay, now moving on to the outcome, we've got the Eight of Pentacles. The end of Eight of Pentacles is, on the one hand, it's indicating that you're going to have to prepare for some work. You're going to have to prepare to put in a lot of effort and work here. All right, because this also represents a lack of effort. The Three of Wands, but you're gonna have to put in the work, okay, and roll up your sleeves and get ready, because if this person is being resistant, this is gonna be a very tough battle. But I feel like you can do it, Capricorn. Also, what the Eight of Pentacles can represent is obsessing over something, thinking of somebody over and over again. So you may be obsessing over this situation. With the devil in reverse, that can indicate that you are already obsessed with the situation because you want to move away from that. But that's just what you want. So in reality, you could totally be obsessed with this person or this situation, right? Because you want this person, and if it's not just an emperor, if this is just an Aries, then definitely, this is someone that you really want. This is something that you really want, and you can think of nothing else almost. Am I going to pull another card? I'm going to pull another card, Justice in reverse for the outcome. Okay. Justice in reverse can indicate that you feel like you're not being treated fairly in the situation. All right. The justice in reverse can also indicate that you're not seeing your partner for who they are exactly, or you're seeing them for who they are, but you're not doing anything about it. And I think that's where the Eight of Pentacles comes in, because it's like it's time for you to do something. And that's why your advice is the Five of Wands, because it's like it's time. Like I said, unless things are already crazy, it's time for you to do something. It's time for you to make some changes. All right, Capricorn. So flip the script. You flip the script, okay? You say, look, this is how I think it should go now. And see what happens. Because obviously there's some type of karmic bond between you and this person. You've got more than a few major arcana here. So this is something that's going to play out because there's a lesson here for you guys. All right. So at this point, I'm going to go into the extended reading. If you're interested in the extended, you can go ahead and you can order it from my website. The little eye icon on the right hand side of your screen, click that and it'll give you information on how to access the extended reading, how to order a personal reading if that's what you want. And if you'd like to enter my monthly drawing for a free personal reading, you can also get that, find out information about that through my Patreon site. All right, guys. So like I said, if these messages resonated with you in any way, go ahead and let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you like my videos. Okay, guys? So that's it, Cappies. I will see you guys